Hey guys, good morning. This is Diary of a Coach. This is episode 281. How are you this morning? It's a lovely Tuesday, and the weather is turning up. It's becoming warmer. Just barely a month ago, it was very cold. Now it's becoming very hot. How's the weather in your area where you are? What's the weather like? So, today's diary is titled, You Can Reverse Everything for Good. You can reverse everything for good. In the last 72 hours, I have been involved in some emergencies, some mental health emergencies, and I have been involved in near suicide situations with some people. And 2 out of the candidates I engaged asked me direct questions, the same question by 2 different people at 2 different times. The same question. They said, Coach, is it possible for me in this lifetime to reverse my life and become better? The same question, 2 different people at 2 different times. Coach, is it possible for me in this lifetime to reverse my life and become better? These 2 different people feel that they have done everything wrong and they've lost hope to ever get everything right. And they're asking, is it possible in this lifetime for me to make my life count again? Is it possible for me to make my life worth it again? Yes, our disappointments would always be confronted with these realities. The thing is, like I told the guy yesterday, I said, everything that has happened to you is not your fault. Everything that has happened to us is not our fault. Guess what? We have become a product of many conditions. The place we were raised, our upbringing, the environment we all grew through, the friends, the schools, the estates, the houses, the neighbors, the church, the mosque, the street, the social media, the print media, the electronic media. Everything has come together to form the values and the opinions that we have become. The sermons you heard, the songs you listened to, and so many things, they have shaped you into what you have become. And so when you begin to behave in a particular way, it's just the result of the things you have been involved with over the years. And I told him yesterday, I said, there is nothing that you have done that you cannot bounce back from. The conditions for bouncing back from everything that has gone wrong include the following. Number 1, do not assign time to your recovery. When you tell yourself that I must change in 2020, I must change in the next 3 months. If I don't see change happening within the next 10 days, then I have failed. Once you put a time to when your change must happen, you have set a trap for yourself automatically. You need to remember that behavioral change is subconscious. Many times we don't even know we have changed. Many times we are looking for change, but change has occurred, and it takes a while for it to manifest. It manifests in the change of our thoughts, and then begins to manifest in the change in our words. And after it begins to change in our words, then it begins to change in our character. There is a progression of change. So the first thing you want to change is your thinking. You want to be able to tell yourself, what is the thinking that I'm manifesting that is not working for me? And what can I think differently? So the first problem of changing our lives is when we put time to it. The second problem of changing our lives is when we begin to compare our lives with other people's lives. Every single time you have compared yourself with anyone, you would set a trap for yourself. That is just the truth. Anytime you compare yourself with someone else, you have only begun to dig a pit for yourself. When you begin to say, but I'm the same age with this person, and this person is seemingly making progress better than me. In fact, I'm so sure this person is better than me. But we started at the same time, but we had the same background, we came from the same place, we attended the same school. Why does it look like I'm the one that is lagging behind? Once you begin to compare yourself with someone else, you have only begun to dig a pit for yourself. It's just a function of time. You may not escape it. So the second thing I want to advise you to do, stop comparing yourself with anyone. Stop putting a time bound to your progress and stop comparing yourself with anyone. Everybody, whether you accept this truth or not, everybody has his own time of evolution. It is a personal thing. There is no amount of wishing that can make you have the same journey with another person. There's no amount of prayer. There's no amount of envying. There's no amount of aspiring. There's no amount of emulation. There's no amount of vision board that will make your journey like another one's journey. It's not possible. Every one of us has a unique journey, and God has designed it to be so. So you need to understand these perspectives. How can I change my life to be better again? Number one, you must remember that it is necessary to associate with people that stimulate in you the motivation to change. If you know that you are tired of the life you are living, then you must begin to seek for the association of the people that can push you to change your life. You cannot be in the same place, the same association, the same networks, the same environment, the same mindset, and expect to change. It was Albert Einstein that said, you cannot expect to do the same thing the same way and expect that things would come out differently. He said that's a recipe for lunacy. So my friends, if you want to change your life, you may want to change your networks. You may have to permit yourself to block some people. You may have to permit yourself to stay away from some people. You may have to permit yourself to unfriend some people on Facebook. You may have to permit yourself to unfollow some people on Instagram and Twitter. You may have to permit yourself to avoid some calls. You may have to permit yourself to just stay away from some people. If you want to change your life, you must permit yourself to screen and trim your networks. If you want to change your life, you must learn the discipline of affirmations and positive mental attitude. You cannot amount to anything if all the things that come out of your mouth are degenerating you. It's not possible. You cannot be the one saying, I've lost so much in this life, I've wasted so much opportunities, I'm so useless, I'm not good for anything, people don't like me, I don't know why I'm always broke, I don't know why money does not stay in my hand, I don't know why my siblings just resent me, in fact I don't have any friends don't like being around me. Once you keep saying these things, it's not possible for you to enjoy a positive life. Your utterances are a function of your beliefs. And deep-seated beliefs show up in the way we speak and the way we behave. So if you want to change your life, you must insist on being positive about yourself. You must feel good about yourself. You must see challenges as a building block rather than a curse. You must see limitations and obstacles as challenges that you must face so that you can grow. You must see them as growing opportunities rather than curses. So when it's normal and okay for things to be difficult as part of the journey, but instead of seeing them as problems, you must say that, you know what, these challenges are making me become stronger. They are building in me stamina, and I'm going to stay at it until I succeed. That's a better way to see challenges rather than saying, I don't know why Nami get problem pass. Of all the people in my family, I'm the only one that is suffering the most. it's very important for you to remember to be very optimistic about your life. If you are pessimistic about your life will amount to little. If you're optimistic about your life will amount to plenty. I told the guy yesterday, the guy was really, really frustrated. And I told him yesterday, I said, by one thought, you can go back 10 years. And by one thought, you can go ahead 10 years. You choose your thoughts. By one thought, you can go back 10 years, back to misery, back to penury, back to sorrow, back to pain, back to regret, back to everything negative. And by the same single thought, you can go positive, growth, development, success, flourishing, luxury, peace, serenity. By one single thought. You choose the thought that works for you. You choose the thought that you prefer. I told him a bit of my story. I said, I have a past that when I remember, I'm asking myself, why was I that wild? Why was I that reckless? Why was I that inconsiderate? Why was I this and that? But guess what? When I think of where I'm coming from, I'm like, man, God has favored me. Oh. Everything has turned around for good. I consistently think that everything I have done has turned out for good. Because I have stuck to a scripture that says everything works together for good. So instead of sorrowing and beating myself up and saying, man, what a reputation, man, what a curse, man, what a problem, man, what is this, what is that, I've told myself, guess what? Everything is fixing itself. Guy, we're taking over the world. Everything I've gone through has become part of my message. So it's a mind thing. Once you think it positively, it begins to work for you. I told him, I said, you can change your life instantly by just tweaking your beliefs and your thoughts. And then it begins to show over time. If I want to change my life, what else should I do? Be patient with yourself. You can't crash life's changes. You can't crash your evolution. You cannot crash your transition. You cannot crash your conversion. It's not a crash course. You are not a switch that is on and off. Things take time. Things take time. You need to remember that the treatment for headache cannot be the treatment for fractures. Sometimes we've been involved in a very desperate past, very despicable past. Sometimes we've gone deep. And what it takes to change our story will require longer efforts of repetitiveness. You must repeat a lot of things. You must repeat a lot of things until you get it right. So you must be patient. You must be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Don't put a time to it. Don't say, if by the end of this year things don't pick up, I will just give up. Don't say, but see that person, we were taking weed together. He stopped taking weed. See, his life has changed. Me, I'm still suffering from the consequences of weed. No. Don't put a time frame to it. And don't compare yourself with anyone. Everybody has his journey. We all have our personalities. We all have our wiring. We all have our physiological differences. That means your body type is different from anybody's body type. We all have different mental thresholds. We all have different emotional thresholds. We all have different social connects. We all have different thresholds of measurement of everything. So one step at a time, my people, one step at a time. One step at a time. Be compassionate to yourself. Yesterday he said, one of the parting statements, he said, even as I'm speaking with you, coach, even this morning before I came to you, I just told myself, what's the point living this life? What's the point? There's no need. There's nothing to live for. And I told him, I said, there are many things to live for. I said, one example of what it is to live for is, imagine that someday someone comes to you and says, all my life I've been useless and there's no need. And you will look at the person and say, my brother, you see where you are? I was there. I didn't think that my life made any sense. But see me now. He said, oh, I pray so. I said, it's doable. It is doable. All of us can tell someone someday that you see this thing you're struggling with, I did struggle. But see me now. He was in my office. He was like, your office is beautiful. I said, my brother, if I tell you my story, even me, I'm grateful that I can have this kind of office. I love my office. It's a hopeful edifice. The guy said, your office makes me feel calm. In my head, I said, Lord, thank you. That's what I want. I want my office to be serene. I want people to come into my office and feel like, yeah, this place is peaceful. The Spirit of God lives here. That's what I want. But I told him, I said, bros, if I tell you what I have done, how I have evolved to the point where I'm here, and I'm still a long way away from where I'm going. He was like, wow. So I felt glad that I injected some hope in him. And I want you to remember, no matter what the past was, it is worse. W-A-S. It is worse. It's past. It's gone. Tony Robbins says, the past is not equal to the future unless you choose to live in the past. If you're living in the past, you're living in regrets, you're living in anger, you're living in resentment, you're living in hopelessness, you're living in wishes, you're living in anything that is not empowering you. You need to drop it. You need to close that door. You need to tell yourself, today is the 14th of January 2020. Everything up until the last 5 minutes, the last 3 minutes, the last 2 minutes is past. That's just the thing. Whether you accept it or not, everything up until the very last minute is already past. You cannot change it. You can only write your story better forward. You cannot undo your story backwards. So don't let one thought take you 10 years back. Rather, choose a thought that takes you forward. So there is a place in Deuteronomy that says, today I put before you 2 options, life or death. And then he came with a counsel. He says, choose life. So today on Diary of a Coach, I place before you 2 options, empowering your mind or disempowering yourself. I give you 2 options, positively building yourself or negatively destroying yourself. I give you 2 options, staying consistently motivated or throwing in the towel. I give you 2 options, every day walking your faith. Every day walking your faith or saying there is no point. I told him yesterday, I said, what is faith? My definition of faith is, if God is still keeping me alive, then he has a plan. And anyhow, that plan must work. That's my definition of faith. All I can do, I will do. And anyone I cannot do, God will fix it. Simple. That for me is faith. So my faith is hinged on the fact that because I'm still alive, there is a plan. And in that plan, the one I will contribute, I will do the best I can. The one I cannot contribute, God will sort it out. That for me is faith. So on the surface of this earth, I will do the best I can to keep going. Because nothing comes easy. The kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and only the violent take it by force. What that means is that for you to get the kingdom, whatever kingdom means to you, whether it's breakthrough, whether it's money, whether it's real estate, whether it's a good family, whether it's a fantastic love life, whatever kingdom means to you, you have to stand your ground to take it by force. And the force here means I will do everything within my capacity to keep the focus. And wherever I'm limited, God will fix it. That's all. And God will show himself. He will honor you. And I want you to remember that. So if there's anything that you have done in the past, I've had 10 abortions. Hey, I have murdered someone. Hey, I have lost a lot of money. Hey, I've been adulterous. Hey, I've been infidelity. Hey, I have this one. Hey, I have any freaking thing you've done in the past is past. Close that door. Don't let one thought take you back 10 years. Hey, don't. Anything you've done in the past, close that door and face your future. I hope you're able to share this episode because someone really needs it. I'm seeing a lot of your comments. I won't be able to read them, but I'm thankful that you're watching this. I want to appeal to you. Please Don't end this video without sharing it. Please share this episode. It is life-giving. This is episode 281 of Diary of a Coach. It's a life-giving episode. Please share it. I beg you. I beg you. I beg you. Don't just hear and move on. Please click the share button. Please click the share button. This video is going live on YouTube immediately. I'm going to upload it on YouTube. I'm going to share the YouTube link. Please share the YouTube link to those that are not on Facebook. Send it to them. I'll send it via WhatsApp. I'll post it on Facebook. Distribute as much as you can today. Let people know they can reverse their life again for good. Because if God did not withhold his son for us, he has a better plan. If God is keeping you alive till now, he has a better plan. If God is God, he has a better plan. That's all. Just rest in that knowledge. And everything you want, he's bringing it to pass. God bless you and have a beautiful day.